Hey, and welcome everybody back to the Board Meeple. I know it seems like we haven't had a lot of content over the last month and a half. That is partially my fault, partially my fault. So I wanted to come in today and talk to you about what the channel is going to be like and what we're going to be doing here in the future, which is immediate future. So the reason why we didn't have much content was I was gone. I was doing 2 different cons. I had family stuff we were doing over the summer. My summers are probably going to be a little light on content usually. It is just me here. But let's just get right into it. So what my mission here is, if you will, is to review old games and some new games and bring in some fresh thoughts on games that you may have seen before or you see on other channels. My vantage point will be from somebody who is a little newer in the hobby. So if you're newer in the hobby, you'll kind of see how games will be like for you. Now, if you're older in the hobby, you'll still be able to see what a newer person thinks about games. I'm not super new. I've been playing for 10 to 15 years. Well, no more, like 10 years. And over the last 4 years since COVID happened, I played a lot more games and I was getting more into it. So a lot of things are happening. I have my own collection. I play with friends. I run a thing where people come to my house. Many people, like 20 to 30 people twice a year. We get together, we play games for the whole weekend, a little longer than weekend. Sometimes it's like a week. So my rating system will be standard, just like everybody else's, 1 to 10. Could be a 1.1, could be 9.9. It could be any. I'm not going to go 9.8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But I might go one digit or so in. My 2-minute reviews, you've seen one of those. Maybe even 2. I forget if I posted a second one yet. I do have a second one if I haven't. My 2-minute reviews are going to be for quicker, faster games and games that are super hard to find. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. Like if I had Queen's Gambit to review, which I don't, but if somebody wants to send it, I'll take it. But if I had Queen's Gambit to review, I'd make that a 2-minute review. Not because it's a 2-minute game and it only worth 2 minutes of time. It's because if you don't have it, you're probably going to be hard-pressed to get it. And why spend so much time telling people about this game that they can't get? It seems silly, but I still think that games like that are worth reviewing just so people can have an idea of what is out there. And any game is achievable, no matter what. It's just, do you want to pay the astronomical price for Queen's Gambit? That's up to you. So yeah, I'll be doing 2-minute reviews on those super rare games, and then the easy to quick games to learn, which was Bandito was one. It's just playing a card and hoping to block off the path for the bandit to not be able to get out. So, I mean, it was real quick, easy. Those kind of games that you can play might take 10, 15, 20 minutes, but this is all you have to do. Boop, 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 boop. You're done. So, I will still rate those 1 to 10. Blood on the Clock Tower will be ending here in 2024 here. Most likely. I haven't recorded much of that. I still have one more special game with Ben Burns and Jason Levine hosting it with the BMR. That's Bad Moon Rising. And I do have some more games that were recorded that I need to edit and get onto the channel. I just don't play it online anymore, and I very rarely get to play it as much as I used to. They have a new system that they do, which from what I understand, I played on it like one time, which from what I understand is working good, but that just costs monthly money, and it's not in our budget. So instead of doing more Blood on the Clock Towers with the new system so people can see how it looks nowadays, I am just probably going to end it. Maybe I'll have a game come out every once in a great while in 2025 and beyond, but from that aspect, it is going to be gone. So I hope that isn't a huge bummer for most of you viewers, but it's kind of the way we're going. I will try to still have playthroughs of different games on the channel when it works out and when I have the right setup for that. And I am working on that. So there will be playthroughs of other games eventually. That being said, if anybody would like a prototype reviewed or a Kickstarter reviewed, you can always reach me at the email address that's in the description below, or it's flashing on the screen right now if I did my job. Right about here? Maybe here? I don't know. Somewhere around here. Bam! Let's go here. Above the mic. So, you can always reach me there. Anybody can reach me if you have any questions, comments, anything you feel would be helpful. Feel free to reach me there. I always read comments on here, but if you want to do it privately, or especially if you have something that you would like me to review and see what I have to say, definitely email me at that address. It is just me here. I am the only one that runs this. I do the videos. I do the editing. I pick out music that I can edit and make it sound interesting. Sometimes I get it from the internet, but sometimes I just push a bunch of keys on a little fake keyboard and hope for the best. So hopefully you enjoy that music, because some of it's garbage that I do. I will bring in special guests, like my top 10, 1 through 10. I had my daughter on here, and she did her top 10. That was really fun for me. I think it was fun for her. If you haven't seen that yet, check it out. It's somewhere on the channel, under the top 10, under the top 100 games of all time section, or it'll be at the end of this video. A little screen will pop up and it will show you that one, because I really like that one. I will have other guests, whether it be friends or other game content creators in the area. Seize the Game specifically will probably be on this channel at some point. I will probably be on their channel at some point. We are good friends, and they're a great channel to also check out. That's not to say other friends of mine, like the Frozen Gamer, I'll give him a shout out too, since I'm giving shout outs. He's farther away, but you never know. We might do something where we can work together and make something happen on both our channels or one of our channels, or who knows. So much can happen in the future. So be on the lookout for all of that. Big things are coming this winter. That also being said, if I ever have special guests and we're just talking about games, those kind of views will be on the YouTube channel, but they will also be on a podcast that I hope to be starting here in 2025. The podcast will not just be about games. It will be about life. It'll be about sports. It'll be about anything I want. I haven't fully decided the things that I want to include. I plan to have 4 different main topics. Board games is one. Sports will probably be another. Life choices will be another. And the 4th one is yet to be determined. And those will come out weekly. So one week it will be about board games. The next sports and so on. Per month. So that'll be a weekly thing that you can check out on my podcasting. I'll more on that, details on that later when I have it all ironed out. With that said, I think that's about everything I wanted to go over today. Like I said, I'm going to start doing more reviews here in the very near future. This month we'll get a couple more out. And right now, I might as well review a game while I got you here, huh? If you're still here, that is awesome. We're going to review a game that I would normally do as a 2-minute review, because it's super hard to find. You can still get it, but it is tricky, and you can't find it in any stores anymore. That is one of my top 10s. Can you guess it? I'll give you a second to think about it. And if you get it right, go get yourself a cookie. It's Shadows Over Camelot. I have it right here. I have parts of it right here. I'm actually working on sleeving the cards. I had to order some cards for this game, or card sleeves for this game, because I didn't have the right size. I thought I did, and I was excited to sleeve them, and then I didn't. So then I had to order more card sleeves. So as one of my favorite games, I'm probably going to put them in premium sleeves. Premium sleeves just feel slightly better. When I use the 100 micron versus the 60 or the 40 and the 60, I can't tell the difference. The 100 micron, I can tell that it's a little thicker and the quality's a little nicer to feel. That's a personal choice. I don't really use that one very much just because it's not a huge difference, in my opinion. But I still feel like, this is one of my favorites. Why don't I give it a couple extra little perks? So that's what I will be doing. Anyways, Shadows Over Camelot is a 1 to 7 player game. I've never played it with 7. I think the most I played it was 6, but it's not 1. Why am I saying 1? It's 3 to 7. Okay, I looked at the back. You can play the 7. 7-player game where you can have a traitor. You can make it so you don't have a traitor. You can make it so there's a possibility of a traitor. So like if you have 6 players, you put 7 cards in there. One of them's a traitor. The rest are all good. There's a chance the traitor won't show up. That's fine. Or you put in 5 good guys, 1 traitor, and then the traitor will be there. Or you could just do, hey, nobody's a traitor. We don't even need to do the cards. All possible. I've never played it that last way. Seems silly to play this game without a traitor just because of how fun it is, but I still enjoy doing it with a traitor. So we have, this is without the expansion. There is a Merlin Company expansion that I do not have. I would love to get it, and I hope to get it in the future. I just don't have it in the budget. Because, again, this is one of those rare games where it's like $100 and some bucks for the game, and then the Merlin expansion's like $150 or more, depending on where you look. So, anyways, you get to have one of these starting cards. Most, just so you know, most reviews will not be like this. It'll be on the table. You will get a nice view. But for today's purposes of this being a hard to find game again, I'm just going to do it this way. So you got a bunch of different options. Each person has a special power. I'll show you Sir Kay. So Sir Kay has a special power, and he can, and then below that, it gives you what happens if he gets Excalibur, or the Holy Grail, or Lancelot's armor. And then, of course, on the bottom below his person, he gets life points, and you can't lose all your life or you die. And if you die, you lose the game. You also lose the game if 12 siege engines surround the castle, and I'll go into that in a little bit, or 7 black swords sit around the round table on the board, or all the knights are dead. So if somehow everybody dies, which I've never actually seen that happen, then the traitor wins too. Game is won when there are 12 or more swords around the around the round table, with the majority of them being white. So on your turn, you will get to do some actions. Let me show you the board. Hopefully I cut this so that, boom, the board's just there. Or maybe I'll just put up a board and edit this a little better. Who knows? So right here you have all your catapults. If these all fill up, you lose. Here's the round table. You'll be putting swords in here that are either black or white. If they're mostly black, you lose. These are some quests you get to go on. This one, you have to put pairs of cards in. So you'll get cards that have numbers on them, and you want to put in pairs. Over here, you just want to put in cards that are going to be high numbers so that you can beat the warriors that will be coming in to take on you and your friends. You want to beat their numbers. Also, you can go for Excalibur. And you just discard a card and you can move one spot. This is a great place for a traitor to go because you could go in there and discard Merlin cards or any other super powerful or super helpful cards that people are looking for. You are allowed to trade cards between players as long as you're in the same spot. And then, of course, you have the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail starts in the middle, and when you put down a white card, it goes to the left. My left or your left? And if you put down a dark card, it goes to the right. And then as it gets to this end, you can get the Holy Grail. If it gets to the other end, you lose that quest. It's a really fun game. I enjoy going through it and calling people traitors. Usually my wife, and she hates that. So I try not to do it, but it just rolls so easily off the tongue. You don't know how easy it is. It's like, my precious. And I'm just like, I need to say that she's evil. And usually she is. So I feel good about it afterwards for the most part. But that is most of Shadows Over Camelot. Again, I'm not going to go too in-depth into it. Even though this is like one of my favorite games, I would give this like a 9.3. Yeah, a 9.3. It is in my top 10. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched that yet. I do really enjoy this game, and I would play it like almost any time. Anytime. I say almost any time because I was just at a convention where Battlestar Galactica was being played, and I was like, I don't know if I want to play because I do. It was a couple people I haven't played games with yet, and I always get a little nervous with trader games and new people. But I ended up playing anyways because after about thinking about it for 5 minutes, luckily I had 5 minutes to think, I was like, I gotta go play. I haven't played that game in a while. It's been like a year and a half, so I was like, I'm gonna go play that because Battlestar Galactica is a great game. Check that one out. If you watch the top 100, you'll see it somewhere. No spoilers for that one, although I already spoiled this one. So, only one spoiler per video. That is how the channel is going to be working. I hope you enjoyed this long 20-minute video that explains what we're doing here, what we're going to continue to do, what we're going to try and build to do if we can start getting more and more subscribers. With your help, maybe you can share this or other videos that you thought were really cool. We can move on and just grow and become a hot commodity or a cool commodity, if you want to call it cool. Or you could call it a cold commodity, although I don't know how that's positive. Most people don't like the cold, but I do. I will eat ice cream in the snow because I'm crazy. And that's about all I have to say about that, is that I'm crazy. So, hopefully you enjoyed this video. We'll see you again on the next one. We're going to keep on trucking, and comment below if you need to. If you'd love to make a comment, I would love to listen to it and respond if a response is warranted. I'm here all the time. Every second of the day. You could literally watch all the videos we have on the channel, and it would last the entire day, plus the next day, plus the rest of the month, plus maybe 2 months. I don't even know how many minutes worth of content we have. It's so many. Hopefully you're enjoying every minute of it. You can totally go to sleep and just leave us on. My soothing voice will help you fall asleep. Or not. So I'm getting off track. So let's get back on track and say, hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you in the next one and continue playing those games. Peace. Love and tenderness. Somebody told me that. Mac was. Are we still on? We should be off. I should cut it. How do I cut it? Cut it out. Weird. Hopefully nobody watches this extra stuff. I don't think they did because they missed the last 5 or 10 that I put at the end of videos. Nobody ever sees them. Ha ha! Fools, they miss it all.